Welcome. My name is Melissa Burka, and for today's video, I'll be taking you through a yin yoga practice designed for releasing the hips. You may need a couple props to enhance the postures, including bolster, block. So go ahead and grab those now and meet me on the mat. Find a comfortable seat of your choice. And once you get settled in, close the eyes, get lost in your breath. Allow the shoulders to drop down, get heavy. Softening the belly, softening the face. Observe the breath as it moves in and out through your nose. Simply connecting to this very present moment. Letting go of your day so far. Not worrying about what's ahead. And purely connecting to this very moment. To this breath. To whatever sensations are arising. In yin yoga, we will be looking for stillness while we hold the postures for several minutes. These longer holds will allow us to work deeply within our tissues, calm the nervous system, and hopefully fully relax the body. We'll make our way onto our backs, just placing any props near the side of your mat. And then once you get onto your back, bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Bring your feet about mat distance apart. Bring your hands onto your belly. Just invite a couple belly breaths in, breathing in fully through the nose. Expand the belly outward. And as you exhale, let that recoil back in. Relax the shoulders down. One more like that. Full breath in. Press the belly up into your hands. And exhale, grounding back down. Let's take the knees in towards the chest, hug them in. Pressing down into your low back, grounding through the tailbone. And just for a moment, bring your forehead to your knees. Create a little ball. Full breath in. And as you exhale, lower your head back down. Start to draw circles with the knees, starting to massage out the low back. We'll do just a few going one direction. And then we'll switch directions here. Good. Let's keep the right knee in. Let the Left foot come down to the floor. Keep the knee bent to start. Hug that right knee in, compressing down into the hip. Then we'll bring our right hand on the inside of that right knee and grab the outside of the foot. Half happy baby. Gently drawing that knee down. As we move through these postures, we don't want to be forcing any of the poses. So just come down, find your edge, and hold that there. Again, we'll be hanging out here for a few minutes. So you'll notice as time passes that the tissues will soften, they'll let go slightly, and you can go a little bit further into the pose. Just checking in right now, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Allowing your body to surrender here. Well, there's a slight yang property here to pull with your arm. Really allow the weight of your leg to just surrender down. Let gravity do some work here. Breathe deep down into the belly. Allow the belly to press into your thigh. Exhale, let it go. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to explore, is extending the left leg out straight if that's possible. Maybe taking your left hand on your hip and just gently weighing it down and see how that feels. A little bit longer here, 2 or 3 more breaths. Allow that right leg to get really heavy, sinking down towards the earth. And we're going to come into a twist from here, bringing that right knee across your body over to the left. Maybe left hand comes onto the knee to support it down. But again, we don't want to push it. We want to bring it to its edge and allow it to just settle there. Right arm comes out in line with the shoulder and allow the shoulder blades to soften and sink down towards the mat. It might feel good to turn the neck and look towards that right thumb. And then explore a deeper breath here. Explore what that feels like to fully expand the rib cage on your inhale. And fully letting every last bit of air out as you exhale. Softening down. Twisting can really bring this sense of rinsing action, especially throughout our abdominal organs. And when you breathe in, I want you to think about filling that belly up as much as possible. And then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, twist a little bit further. And on this last one, we're going to come out on the exhale, inhale fully. And as you exhale, we release the twist coming onto our back and releasing the right leg down, just a mini shavasana here. So we allow blood flow to rush back. After all that twisting and compression, delivering vital nutrients back into our organs. Good. Bend both knees once again. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale that out. We'll take the left arm on the inside of that left knee and grab the outside of the foot. The sole of your foot should be facing towards the ceiling, toes pointing back towards you. And then very gently drawing that left knee down towards your armpit. Again, we don't need to be yanking on it and causing a lot of tension here. Just bring it to its edge and hold it there. Staying here or exploring that option of extending the right leg out straight. Maybe using your right hand to just anchor that hip down. Full breath in, fill the belly. Exhale, soften down through those shoulders. Last final moments here, taking about 2 or 3 more breaths to really soften, sink down into this half happy baby. We'll be making our way into the twist, taking that right knee across your body, left knee across your body to the right. Gently open your left arm, maybe looking towards that thumb. Let your shoulders soften down, getting really heavy. Feel that rinsing action throughout the spine as we just twist a little deeper. Feeling that full rotation from the neck all the way down through the hips. Spending 2 more breaths here. And as we come out, slowly rolling onto your back. Bring both feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Take the feet about mat distance, and we'll slowly drop the knees towards the right, windshield wipers, and then over to the left. We'll keep the legs here for a moment as we set up for our next pose. So this next pose will be an intense stretch for the front of your right thigh. We're going to take that right heel and bring it as close to your bum as you can, pointing your right knee to the bottom of your mat. Try to get it over to the right as far as you can. Left knee to the left. So make any adjustments you need to get into that full expression that works for you. If this is just way too intense, you can lessen the degree of the bend in your knee, or you could even take a blanket or a bolster underneath your hips for some height. That will help open it up as well. So find your edge. And once you're there, let's find some stillness by closing the eyes, settling in, getting lost in your breath. You can play with the arms a bit, either having them on your belly, out to the side, or might feel good to bring them up past your head, creating more length. These moments in yoga where we come to stillness, we come to a calm, we slow down the breath. This is where we can start to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. And when we can tap into that place, that is where true healing can begin within our body. Oftentimes in our day-to-day lives, we are stuck in the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. We have a lot going on throughout our days from the moment we get up. And it's very hard for our body to function properly and to heal when we are stuck in that fight or flight pattern. That's one of the many reasons why yoga can be so beneficial, allowing us to step back, fully relax, become in tune with what our body, our mind, our soul needs. Let's take about 3 deep breaths here to finish off this side. Let your exhale melt you down, relaxing, letting go of any tension. To come out of here, we just start to slide that right foot forward and bring both feet onto the mat, knees bent. Take windshield wipers over to the left. Slowly bring them over to the right and hold it there. Once again, we'll bring that left heel towards your glute, your bum. Try to point the left knee down towards the bottom edge of your mat. One straight line if possible. Again, use a little bit of height under your hips if you're finding this is really intense, or lessen the degree on that bend in your knee. So bringing the knee as far left as it'll go, bringing the right knee as far right as it can go. Find a happy place for your arms, whether that's resting on your belly, out to the side, maybe overhead. Paying attention to how that feels in the shoulders. We don't want any numbing, tingling sensations that don't feel good. We don't want to be pinching any nerves. So find that happy place for your arms. Fully settle into the pose. Close the eyes. Breathe into the posture. Spending just a few more breaths here. We'll begin to gently come out of the pose by bringing that left foot forward. Maybe just taking a couple windshield wipers here to release any residual tension in the hips, blood flowing back into our hip sockets. And then roll over onto your right side, gently press yourself up to seated. We're going to move into Baddha Konasana, or butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. This is a pose that you might find useful to use props, so just have them handy. And we'll start by bringing the hands behind our hips. Create some length through the spine as you lift up from your heart center. Pull the navel in. And then think about maintaining that length as we walk our hands forward. Start to hinge from your waist. And this might be perfect for you right here. Some find it really good to just have the bolster resting or a block resting. You can bring your elbows down and have a little extra support. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible, we could walk the hands forward. If you're super flexible today, maybe coming all the way down, resting the forehead. Once again, we are not looking to force anything today. Find your edge. Stay there. With time, it will soften and you'll be able to go further. I invite you to keep the eyes closed here. Go internal. Watch the movie screen that is behind your eyelids. Place your focus on the space between the eyebrows and simply observe what comes up. There's no need to give it a label. It's just a simple observation. We allow it to just be. Allowing ourselves to be completely present. Relax the shoulders. See if your body can melt down just a little bit more into the pose. Spending 2 or 3 more breaths here. Fully allow your hips, the inner thighs, low back to surrender here. Let go of anything that is no longer serving you. If you're close to the ground, use your hands to gently press yourself up. Walk your hands behind you and we'll bring the feet flat on the floor. Windshield wiper to the right. Gently moving over to the left. Come back through to center. Let's take the left heel and bring it close to your bum, your sits bone. Then we'll stack the right knee over top. Both feet on the floor. Now, we don't want any sharp pain in the knee. So if you're experiencing that at all, just straighten that bottom leg out. Different pose, but still can be very intense, just safer on the knee. Listen to your body, what it needs. So setting up for Gomukhasana legs or shoelace pose, grounding down, find even distribution in your hips, both sit bones rooting down. Sit nice and tall, take a deep breath in, lengthen up from the crown of your head. And then maintaining that length in your spine, start to hinge forward. Continue rooting your hips down, back behind you. And see how far you can land into this fold, finding your edge. Maybe relaxing the neck, tucking the chin. And then come to that place of stillness. Spending about 5 more breaths here. Begin to walk the hands back towards you, sitting tall. Take a moment to unwind the legs. Windshield wipers to the left and to the right. Come back through the center. We'll tuck that right heel to our sit bone. Stack the knee on top. Or take that bottom leg straight if you took that on the other side. But cueing into how that feels in your body, right? You're only straightening the leg if that's a sharp pain in your knee at all. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin to fold forward. Keep the sit bones rooting down towards the mat. Lengthen out from the center of your chest. Fold a little deeper if that's available. Find your edge. Find your stillness. And we settle into it. In yin yoga, there can be a slight discomfort as we hold these poses for such a long period of time. But there should never be any pain. We're never pushing past where our body doesn't want to go. So if there's something that intuitively you feel isn't right, make adjustments. Listen to your body. Your body has the most wonderful, innate wisdom. We just have to tap in, truly listen to it. Slowly soften, surrender as we finish up a few more breaths here in this pose. Gently walking the hands back towards you, sit tall. Unwind the legs. One more time, taking those windshield wipers to the right, allowing that blood flow to rush back in. So we'll come into our final posture for the class today, moving into our pigeon. It might be useful to have a prop, block, bolster, have them nearby at the top of your mat. And we'll come forward, starting in a plank position, and bring the right knee up towards the right wrist. Now, take a little bit of time here to really settle in and see how this feels because everybody's hips are different. So, what might feel really good on me could not be best for you. So, for myself, I like to take that right knee out to the right side towards that outer edge of the mat. But for some, going more to the midline might feel better. Settle in here. It might also be really beneficial to take a block underneath that seat. Right? Give yourself a little support if you're feeling this is really intense today. And if you're feeling like you want to take this further down, coming down onto the elbows, or maybe utilizing bolster or block for a little height. And then I want you to think about this left hip. Roll the left hip down towards the floor so that the pelvis becomes even, squared off onto the mat. Gently drawing your right thigh down while simultaneously pulling that left hip down. So again, a little bit of a yang property as we get settled into the pose, a little bit of action and engagement. But I just want you to feel proper alignment and then settle into that pigeon pose. Find your edge and then find stillness. Take your time here as we'll slowly begin to shift over to the other side, pressing your body up gently, making any movements that will feel good to come out before you transition to the other side. Might feel good to take a child's pose or just rock your hips side to side. And when you're ready, bring that left knee to your left wrist. Again, playing with the angle here. Might feel good to rotate it out more or bring it towards the midline. Settle into the hips as you gently drop that right hip down while simultaneously anchoring the left thigh down. Create some grounding sensation and then slowly lower yourself down onto the mat or onto a prop. We settle here. This is our final pose of the practice. Allow yourself to fully surrender here. Really, truly letting go of any tension that is not of service for you. Just let that go. We'll slowly make our way out of the pose. Gently pressing yourself up, making any final movements that might feel good in your body. Just moving the hips out, allowing that blood flow to rush back in. And then come to find a seat. We'll finish off with a short meditation. Sitting tall and closing the eyes. The power of yin yoga allows us to come to a space where we can settle into a deeper meditation and become aware of subtle energies. So simply observe, observing the energetic body. Without putting a label on anything, just simply be in this moment. Allow presence to take over. We'll finish off the practice with 3 cleansing breaths. Join me as we inhale through the nose, fully expanding the belly, ribcage, chest. Retain the breath. And as you exhale, fully letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. Inhale, fully breathing in beautiful bright light, radiating your whole being. Exhale, let it all go. Last one, fullest, most expansive breath that you can take in, and retain the breath. Hold it in. And then gently, slowly exhale every last bit of air out, completely emptying the lungs. Come back to your normal breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Just taking a moment to really observe how you feel in this moment. How does it feel to have just served yourself for your highest purpose? To heal, to care, to really take time to honor and love yourself. Bringing your hands to your heart center, bowing them head for just a moment here. I want to thank you all for joining in, allowing me to guide your practice today. Please always remember to be kind. The light in me honors and sees the light within you. Namaste.